This is my EJ2 Honda Civic Coupe that I bought as a project to tuck away and not touch for a while. Then I went and bought an engine, and no, it's not a K20. This car is an LSI model, meaning that it comes with a D15B7. The D15B7 is a 1.5 single cam 16 valve engine, no VTEC unfortunately. These engines are not really known for their performance. They come with 101 horsepower from the factory. They were built for reliability and economy, but obviously that's not what we want on a project car. I've owned a few of these cars with this engine setup, but naturally I always wanted a bit more power. My first option obviously was the K20, K24 route, but I wanted to keep this a bit more period correct, which may give you a hint of what I've gone for, but the engine is just in there, so let's go and take a look. What we're going to do is rear-wheel drive swap the Civic and drop the MX-5 turbo engine in there. No, I'm just kidding. As much as I'd love to do that, and one day hopefully we will, we don't have the funds or the capabilities to do that, but here is the engine I've chosen. We've got a B series. Is it a B16? No. Is it a B18? Kind of. What we've got here is a B20 Z1 block with a B18 VTEC head, or what's commonly known in the Honda world as a B20 VTEC swap. Gonna have to get a little bit nerdy now for you Honda guys among us, and for those who want to learn. So the B20s, that is a 2-litre 16 valve twin cam engine that never came with VTEC, mated to what I'm assuming, I should have double checked this, judging by the inlet, is a B18 C4 VTEC head. The head is where the VTEC comes into it, and the ECU and things like that. So the beauty of this swap is you get the torque of the 2-litre and the VTEC goodness of the B18 C4 VTEC head. From the factory, the B20 Z1s come with around 150 horsepower, and the B18 C4s came with around 170 horsepower. This, combined with a few other tasty bits, we've got an ECU over there which we'll run through in a minute, should be running around 200 horsepower, and I've been told by Ian, who is at the moment my Honda guru, he built his B18, he said we should be looking with the right parts around 240 horsepower. Now, power is not the goal with this. My thing was I wanted to keep it period correct. I've been aching to have another B series in my life, so to have it in my dream build is going to be pretty cool, and I'm glad I get to bring you guys along as well. Now, I need to give a massive thanks to Liam. There's actually two Liams I need to thank. Well, one I need to smack because he's costing me a fortune. So Liam Thompson was actually coming to the Nürburgring with us, owns an EP3, sent me this listing, funny story. He was trying to explain about the B20, B18 swap, sent me the listing, and obviously I was hooked, so I had to message the owner, and that's where my second thanks comes in. Liam, the previous owner of this engine, was just so accommodating. Went down to have a look at the engine when it was still in the car, and because it was still in the car, I got to see it running, and he even took me out in it. Before you say anything, that clutch slipping sound was the tyres spinning. It was basically on steel spare wheels, little 13-inch tyres. So it was fighting for grip, so it wasn't clutch slip. Although we are going to change the clutch anyway, just for peace of mind. I'm absolutely hooked. I cannot wait to get this car, the engine in the car. Sorry, it's been a very long day. I'm very, very tired, so I can't even get my words out. But I've given myself a stupid deadline. That pain in the backside there. We're still having issues with the gearbox. Ian is still on the case, but I've basically decided now I want to get this engine in the coupe so we can take it to the ring. It is April now, and we're going to the ring in July. So yes, we've got a lot to do. But back to the swap itself, like I said, there's a few tasty bits. We've got, this was sort of the go-to ECU back in the day. This is what they call a P28 ECU that's been socketed. So you can now, it'll now take a chip, and I have been advised to go Hyundai to S300 by JCal. I had a good chat with Jesse. He's recommended I go S300, so when the funds allow it, I'm definitely going to upgrade to that. But at the moment, this has got a base map on it, and we will be able to run it, as you saw in the video then. And a few other bits. We have got some silicone hoses, and my favourite part, Toyo Sports manifold, and I'm pretty sure, judging by the sound of the car when I was in it, I think that's an unequal length manifold. And for those that don't know, that basically makes it sound like a Subaru. It's got that epic burble. The The engine, as you can see, the whole thing has had some love. It's all been painted, so the beauty of this one is... Oops. The beauty of this one is, with George's one, she's got a lot of work to get it up and running. Because we bought it as a junkyard engine, we don't know the history to it at all. I know the history with this, I've seen it running. So we can just chuck it in the car, and fair play to Liam. We believe he's given me everything I need to get it into the car, because it came out of an EG and it's going into an EJ2, which is an EG Coupe essentially. B20 Z1, and then what we've got here, which I am excited about, is the S9B gearbox. And this one has got an LSD in it as well, and I could feel it working because it was spinning up both wheels and gripped both wheels when it eventually did get grip. The S9B, the gearing is quite long on them, but I'm not too fussed at the moment. I think it'll be absolutely fine, and I think it's going to be a lot more power than that and what's in there at the moment. And I've just noticed here, obviously, polybush gearbox mount there. But like I said, I've seen it running, so I am excited. The one thing I am going to have to source, which I'm going to need some help off you Honda guys, I want to run power steering. Liam was running this without power steering, so I know, I've heard stories you can use the D-series pump, but you need the bracket, so I do need to look into that, and I'm going to need a little bit of help. Seats were an upgrade I definitely wanted to do, but once again, I wasn't actively looking for them, even though I have bought one over there. And then a massive thanks to Stu at Bristol Motorworks. Yes, the guy that Kenny bought all his bits off. I noticed he was selling these at a fraction of the retail price, so I thought, for the money, I might as well give them a go. So this is what I've gone for. I wasn't sure on the colour. They do them in a few different colours, but again, I thought for this money it's worth giving them a go. Yes, nice and subtle. So what these are, they're basically bride replicas. These are BB Classics. I think they're BB7s. I've actually got the BB5 in my MX-5, the fixed back ones. Now, because we're taking this to the ring, I do want to do a lot of road trips. I wanted something a bit more comfortable. So the fixed ones are great, but they do get, it's a bit uncomfortable after a while. At least with these, they recline in, so you can have a little bit of comfort in them. And ironically, in that box just over there, I bought a brand new one of these in black because I wasn't sure if the red was going to be too in your face. But these I picked up for the princely sum of £100. £100, £50 each for a bucket seat is insane. So even if I don't end up using them, we just sort of test fit them for colours and what have you, but I got a feeling we're going to fit these and it's going to look great. They might look a bit odd with the car, the colour it is at the moment, but like I said, that colour is definitely not staying. And I've got an idea to change the colour temporarily for when we go to the ring as well. There's a little hint for you for some more content that's coming up. But these are, obviously, they're a bit dirty. I think Stu just pulled them out of the car, and I said to him straight away, yes, I'll have them. So we are going to give these a good clean, a wet vac, and see what they come out like. And interestingly, they're on Corsa D rails. And yes, that's the last time you'll ever hear me say that a Corsa part has gone onto my Civic. I do really like the back of these. Now, what I wanted to do was strip the seats out of the coupe, give the coupe a deep clean because it's absolutely bogging. It has not moved for months and months and months, but I've just insured it because this thing is off the road. But I cannot move this thing. I can't roll it out the way. Basically, the bottom ball joint thread is stripped, so I can't even roll it at the moment. So, and it's just started raining, so that's really messed up the plans. The beauty of these seats is the bottom padding does come off, so you really can get stuck in and get a deep clean. So the first thing we are going to do is use this funky attachment to ruffle up all of the loose bits, get a hoover on it, wet vac it, and hope for the best. That's all the hoovering done. I don't know if the camera's going to pick up. There's a lot of stains on here, so I have no idea what it's going to come out like, but that's the hoovering done. Now it's onto the wet vac. Again, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. I didn't think it was going to make that much of a difference on the first pass. We haven't even used the wet vac, but that's just soaking it and using one of those drill attachments. I'm very happy with that. I do highly recommend those drill attachments. They're good for getting like dog hair up and things like that. And also stuff like this. You didn't even need a wet vac. We will go over it with a wet vac, but I'm going to do the whole seat with that method and see where we end up. What the hell? Just to show a more direct comparison of what we're dealing with here. Granted, the water will make it look a bit dirtier, but that's just from one pass, that's nuts. I really don't know how well this is going to come across on camera, but that's the first one pretty much done. I'm happy with it. It will look a bit better when it dries because the water obviously makes it look a bit darker, but it's got rid of so many, you can't really see there, so many of the stains that were on them, and if you could see them in person, trust me, it has made a heck of a difference, and I'm actually quite excited now to test fit them. I really did want to test fit them today to at least see if we can reuse the standard rails, take them off the standard seats and get them on there, because let's have a quick look what we're dealing with. Yeah, so basically, because they're bottom mount seats, those ones, a lot of aftermarket ones are side mounts, they're a lot easier. I've got a lot of universal side mounts, but what I'm hoping is we can take these rails off this factory seat, which you can do on some seats, and get them in. Like I said, ignore the state on this thing. I've left it this way purposely because I want to do a deep clean video. I know how satisfying the deep clean videos can do. I've actually watched a load myself, so I think this would be a good car to do it on. And if you are joining us for the first time, I'm planning on doing something with the mismatched interior. We've got new replacement parts there, and more excitingly, we have got new front wings there, and we do have a set of wheels that I do want to test fit on the car. Well, fortunately, again, for those joining us for the first time, I've got a couple of MX-5s and Civics, as you can tell, and they're all 4x100, so all the wheels are interchangeable. So we're going to have a little play around, see what works best. They might be a bit too aggressive. I've got some modified parts in it as well. Like I said, this is my dream build. We are going to get stuck in now. I wanted to do this just to show where we are going with this build. I really didn't want this to be a project that I introduced to the channel and then hid away for months and months, which is what it started to feel like. But this engine now has really pushed me. Like I said, we've got until July to get this thing running. Not only with the engine in, we need to do a full brake overhaul. This is an issue with the brakes we need to look into. A couple of weird wiring issues. I've even started doing a 0 to 60 run, but once again, me being the genius I am, I didn't realize the draggy wasn't charged. But we've got loads of interesting stuff coming up on this, so yeah, stay tuned for Jap content as well as the VXR content. But for now, thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much. I was wondering who was going to say the boom.